This is Berkeley Learning Video Series. Today we will discuss unit number 6. Its name is Operational Efficiency and Business Process Performance. Broadly, we are going to discuss in this chapter just-in-time system, MRPs, that is Material Requisition Systems 1 and 2, and then theory of constraint and throughput costing, along with capacity planning, value analysis, value chain analysis will be there, that is VCA, and other process improvement tools will remain the part of our discussion in today's lecture. Starting ourselves from just-in-time system, I will just give a brief introduction that what causes just-in-time system to originate in the business world. Before some years, it was a concept to make in bulks, because this is how you save your fixed cost and store it on a place and try to push the market for the sales. Now, based on your concept of make and sale, you need a big warehouse in which you can place your items. Then for preserving them, you need a heating or lighting facility, you need to pay the rent for this warehouse, then you need to build a security system for that, and then you need to have a transportation system from factory to warehouse and warehouse to the distributor, which requires a very huge amount of investment for the companies. Gradually, this concept came that why to build up such a stock and put the investment of the company and block it somewhere. So reducing this concept originated just-in-time inventory system. This depicts that you should have a calculation for your stock, that how much stock you need to prepare and how much you have to supply. So it's like a effective supply chain management, which will save yourself to create a huge volume of investment in terms of stocks. You can save your investment from here and you can spend somewhere else, avoiding the opportunity cost for that one. So just to have a deep discussion, just in time inventory system, modern inventory planning favors JIT because it is economical, it is effective, it improves the business performance. In contrast, JIT limits output to the demand of the subsequent operations, reduction in inventories, and which requires less money to invest in the idle assets, reduction of the storage space, and it requires lower inventory taxes, pilferage, and obsolescence risk. Most of the companies who are dealing with the information technology, if they build stock and after some time this technology obsoletes, so whatever investment they have done in that product, it will be considered as a sunk investment. So in order to avoid from yourself from a business risk, you can have this system which has multiple advantages, as I mentioned. Focus will remain on the quality control because you are focusing on making the appropriate product for the appropriate client to deliver on the appropriate time. So that's why if you make one batch for a production, you can focus if there is any defect or if there is a requirement for the fitness for use. This you can ensure your qualities in the next batches. Rather, if you produce one time 100,000 units and then you are waiting to finish these units, so next unit you can improve the quality. Now you can see here that the focus on the quality control under JIT shift from discovery of the defective parts to the prevention of the quality problems. So zero machine breakdowns achieved through preventive measures and zero defects are ultimate goals. So just in time is focusing on the zero defect policies. What are the objectives? JIT is a reaction to to the trends of the global competition and prepaid technological progress that has resulted in the shorter product life cycles and greater consumer demand for the product diversity. Because you are not building up too much stock and you are not being handicapped to entertain the consumer demand which is changing everywhere, and you should know the customer preferences so you can deliver them the best quality product according to their needs and their demands. JIT system are based on a manufacturing policy philosophy popularized by a Japanese that combines purchasing, production and inventory control. You plan your purchase, your production and your inventory in a sequential way in order to have a great communication, coordination between the departments, which ultimately helps you to work as a team and to build up a very high standard for your organizations. Minimization of an inventory is a goal because many inventory related to the activities are viewed as known value added. There is no gain to have a huge inventory because, as we discussed, it will create a burden on the investment structure of the company. So some inventories are value added, some inventories are not adding values to the operations. However, JIT also encompasses changes in the production process itself. When you identify your defects, your policy is zero defects in the production. So your focus always remains intensive on how to improve. And it's a pull system. Items are pulled through production by current demand, not pushed through by the anticipated demand. One feature of the lower inventory levels in JIT system, elimination of the need for a certain internal control. Because if you have more inventory in terms of accounts and audit, you have to inspect more. On the one part you have quality audits, one part you have financial or internal control audits. You need more purchase requisition, material requisition, and more activity in terms of documents. Stock register will increase, your units are more, so it will create an additional burden for the internal control. Then you need to have a safeguard for your stocks, you need a security system, you need a system to preserve your stock, and you want to avoid the pilferage also. So a lot of hazards you save yourself and you go for a just-in-time inventory stock system. In JIT system, the supply dependency is crucial, because if you plan your, it's like an example for this is that you need some stock which requires 1 week to arrive in your premises where you are doing the production. And if it is international, suppose you are in UAE, the material is coming from US, so it requires generally 25 days by the sea. So we need something. We should have a cushion that for a local we need 5 days, for international we need 25 days. But suppose if the supplier is not ready for the shipment and he is overutilized already, so in that case we would have a fear that our inventory, our material will not be available when our production setup is ready. So the dependence on the supplier will increase a lot, and supplier will become crucial for you in terms of providing your material which is required for your production. Long-term contracts are typically negotiated to reduce order cost. Then some major retailers has agreed to the continuous replenishment arrangements, whereby a supplier with a superior demand forecasting abilities essentially tells the buyer when and how much to reorder. This we can achieve by defining our reorder quantities. We know that this is the production, and at this level we have to reorder, and this reorder requires this much unit, and this much time framework is required for that one. Buyer-supplier relations are further facilitated, electronic data interchange, that is EDI, and for facilitating our supply, we give an access to our production and levels to see them, so they can plan their production according to our requirements.